Story time before bedtime today, Tuesday night. Before we dive into that, quick recap of the day. Finally delivered the Monaco Blue 08 M5. I got up there early today, filmed a service and review, edited that. It's uploaded, it's scheduled to publish tomorrow morning. So met the owner of that car, spent a brief couple minutes with him, then he jumped in that and headed back east a few states away. So he's home, said the car drives great. He's gonna give us another review here in a few weeks when he has some more time to experience it locally instead of just sitting cruise at 80 for 10 hours. But billion things today, finishing up some projects. We are damn close on so many cars, so we're about to be doing this huge house cleaning and totally turning the inventory, which is fantastic. Got a windshield installed in the Anthracite 2000 today, front left door panel off, new latch, new striker plate. This is becoming more and more common on E39s. It goes over bumps too, but the chassis flex, with like when you go up a really steep incline at a really aggressive angle and you just feel the chassis move a little bit, as older cars tend to do by design. But the door is like making a bunch of noise there because the latches are wearing out somehow. Lubricating them doesn't make a difference, it just makes noise. So we're replacing more and more of those, which is annoying because they're really expensive. But story time today. So I'm on my way home, cruising in the 540. It's a 6-lane freeway. I'm in the second lane from the left, matching the speed of traffic, which is like 80, 85 miles an hour. And traffic's fairly light, it's late, just before sunset. And like 1/8 of a mile away, I'm looking out there and I'm seeing something in the road that looks like a really big trash can, like the full-sized can you'd have outside your house that gets picked up once a week. It's black. Picture 3 or 4 tires stacked on top of each other, about those same dimensions. And it's in the middle of the highway. But it's not in the middle of a lane. It's on the dashed lane lines that separate the lanes. So I'm thinking, okay, we have a seriously large piece of debris on the road. That's bad. But it's in about the best possible position. You would have to go out of your way to freaking hit this thing. If you're to the left of it, you move a foot to the left and you go right by it. If you're to the right of it, you move a foot to the right and you go around it. As I said, traffic's light. So the main car I see ahead of me is a white Tesla sedan, either a Model 3 or a Model S. I don't know, it's the same shit. So it's up there 200, 300 feet. And this car's not moving over to the right to avoid this thing. And I'm thinking, well, they're not gonna hit it. Surely they're not gonna hit it. It's daylight, it's perfect weather. There's not an insane amount of traffic. There's plenty of time. This driver's been looking at it for like 20 seconds, so there's no way they're gonna hit this thing. Boy, it's gonna be close. They're gonna skim it. She drives right into the goddamn thing. Like front left corner, it hits her car, flies over to the left, hits a car in the far left lane, bounces back into my lane. Now I'm barreling straight towards this thing at 82 miles an hour, so slam on the brakes, and it's bouncing left and right. It's spinning 1,000,000 RPM. I can't tell where's this thing gonna go. It could land in the middle of my lane, it could go left, it could go right. I have no way to know. So as I am approaching this thing on the brakes, boom, I see the lights in my rear view. It's this massive white pickup truck, some Duramax, some crap, lifted up high. He's got the LED light bar on the front. It's got the F Biden flag and the Trump flag going on the back. I know it's not somebody I want to talk to. So I let off the brakes and decide, okay, we're just gonna have to play this by ear and hope my S704A struts are capable enough to move this car around. An M5 wouldn't have much of an issue. A 540, it's too wobbly. It doesn't have the instantaneous ability to change direction like an M5 has. And even an E39 M5 can't do that like an M3 or a more modern car with incredibly stiff suspension. But it broke left and I went right, so I missed it. But I just can't fathom how you can be driving a car down a road in light traffic, have a totally straight shot, no curve, no bad weather, it's not dark. You're in a modern car with all this accident and object collision avoidance systems on it, and you still just are such a fucking shit driver that you're gonna drive right into it and hit it and slam it into another car and send this thing bouncing all over the roadway. That's just totally unacceptable to me. So then I went down 3 gears and flew up on this Tesla, went around her, laying on the horn, and she's like freaking out in the car, clearly looking down at her phone or something. And this is not a 2-second, I'm gonna change the radio station. Oh, look, there's a thing in the road. No, plenty of time, she botched it. Just unbelievable. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, but totally screwed her car. Headlights blown out, bumper screwed up. I don't think it took out her fender or hood. It didn't have that much mass to do that much damage, but certainly a couple $1,000 in a headlight and a bumper at least. The X5 service, at least round one, is done. I've been importing that data to the spreadsheet. I just did 146 rows, so that's 146 line items in Excel. A line item is a part, a labor service, a sublet, a shop supply, a tax, a fee, whatever generates a credit or a debit on the service. And I'm like $300 off. And for entering 146 rows, that's not to be unexpected. After I've been working, let's see, since 5, it's now 9. Is that 16 hours? I don't even know. I'm totally cooked. So I'm gonna go through it tomorrow. I probably missed a subcontract or something of that amount, or a tax is wrong, so I'll get that fixed. But round one is complete. We got the interior door handle today, which is illuminated. That must have been part of some premium package. It's about a week early from Germany, so front left doors back together, resealed the vapor barrier, replaced some missing or broken clips. I have a hunch that the other doors need vapor barrier service too, based on the fact that the left barrier was totally torn up and duct taped in place, but the duct tape failed, so it was just wide open. And multiple window regulators have been replaced on that car before, indicating that the panels have been off. Done by the same shop, so I expect the same absolute shit work. So we're gonna have to get into that before the rainy season hits. I had some leftover steak for dinner, handful of peanuts, some grapefruit juice, and now bedtime, rest my right arm, which is killing me from telling the story, and my back and my knees, and we'll talk tomorrow on Hump Day.